Our removal is going to be broken down into 6 steps. Take a screenshot or print out the next 2 slides. Besides the fan belt, we are also going to remove the idler pulley and the belt tensioner. Get familiar with this diagram. It has the parts, part number, and the torque specs for you. We're going to start by removing the overflow tank, which consists of 3 10mm bolts that you're going to have to remove.
On the passenger side of your radiator, you're going to have a 10mm right here that you're going to have to remove. On the driver's side, you're going to have a 10mm right here that you're going to have to remove. You can go ahead and remove the 4 nuts that's holding this fan in. Okay folks, we are going to show you how to remove your fan nuts and install your fan nuts. Okay, you're going to need a pry bar and you're going to need a 12mm wrench. You're always going to want your nuts to be at 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. Okay, the one that you're going to be removing is your 3 o'clock. You're going to use your 9 o'clock as your leverage. You're going to take your pry bar, you're going to stick it between your 9 o'clock and against the center of the fan, and you are going to push it towards the driver while taking this and turning it counterclockwise towards the passenger. You're going to do this. You're going to try to meet them in the middle. Okay, do not loosen it all the way because you're going to still need this nut on here in order to remove your 3 o'clock again, because this is going to be in the 9 o'clock position soon. Now you're going to take your pry bar, because it's a little difficult to turn it by hand while it's still on the car. You're going to take your pry bar and you're going to stick it in between the nuts, and then you're going to move it. And then the next one is going to be at 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. You're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to put your pry bar in here, move it towards the driver, which is clockwise, while you're taking this 3 o'clock and moving it counterclockwise towards the passenger. You're going to do it for all 4. When you do it for all 4, then go ahead and proceed to remove all the nuts. Now we're going to pull the entire shroud up, and be careful, hold on to this fan. Okay. There you go, there you go. Hold on to the fan while you're pulling all this up. There you go. Now you're going to look for your tensioner right here. You're going to put a 14mm deep socket and a breaker bar on it and turn counterclockwise until you release the tension. Once you release the tension, pull off the belts. Once you release the belt, go ahead and pull it out. Next, we're going to look for your idler. We're going to put a 14mm socket on here and turn it counterclockwise. We're going to go down. We're going to go down there and grab that belt tensioner right there. We're going down. We're going to look for that Allen bit hole right here. Once it's in, go ahead and turn counterclockwise. Next, we're going to go right below it with a 12 millimeter right here. 12 millimeter right down here. And break it counterclockwise. Go ahead and remove our tensioner. Okay guys, I just separated it. Okay, divide this in half. This is the idler that we just removed, and here are the new parts for the idler. Here's the old bolt and the idler. This is the tensioner, the hex bolt, and the normal bolt for the tensioner. And here is the hex bolt with its part number. Hex bolt. Here is its normal bolt with the part number. Is the tensioner's part number straight from Lexus. Here's the new part. Let's go ahead and compare the two. Look at it. Look at this, huh? Major difference. Brand new. Okay, so we're gonna take the brand new hex and we're gonna put it right here. Keep it in a safe place. We're gonna take the brand new bolt and put it right here, put it in a safe place. We're gonna take this, and this right here, we are no longer gonna use. We're going to put it back here and go to Lexus and go get our money back and say that we received this box with used items in here and we don't understand why. Okay, so that's a trick of the trade. Let's go ahead and put this aside. Make sure you keep the receipt. Over here, you have the idler. Let's go ahead and remove this. Brand new. Brand new. Used. Okay, and here is the brand new bolt that came with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the new one with the new bolt and let's put it together and let's go ahead and install it just like that. What we're going to do with the old part is we are going to put it inside the box and we're going to go return it to Lexus with our receipt and say we received the box just like this, used, and we don't understand why. So you'll get a full refund for it. So here is the brand new belt that we just bought from Lexus. There is the part right there. Do not tear this carton. What we're going to do is just squeeze it and pull it through. Okay, we're going to keep this box right here. We're going to take our old belt and we're going to shove it in here and return this to Lexus and just say we don't need it anymore. We changed our mind. We decided to have a Lexus dealership do our belt change for us. They're not going to even check. Okay, full refund. Now we're going to go ahead and put our idler pulley back here, and it goes right there. It doesn't matter which way you put it. Go ahead and put your bolt in the middle. Let's go ahead and screw it in by hand first. Let's go ahead and set your torque wrench at 32 foot-pounds. 14 millimeter deep socket on here. Click it about 3 or 4 times. Now we're going to go ahead and do the tensioner. Just follow me down here. We're going to look for this hole right here for the Allen bolt, and this is for the regular bolt. Don't tighten all the way, keep it a little loose. Now we're going to take the bottom bolt and we're going to move this around until we could feel for it catching on. And there we go. Perfect. Now we could go ahead and tighten. Next, we are going to finally install the belt. We're going to take our whole entire belt and we're going to wrap it all on the top of all the pulleys right here, just on the top. Wrap it all on the top. Once you got it all on the top, we're going to take the one on the driver's side right here and we're going to bend it around. And we're going to loop it over your fan pulley here. And then we're going to loop it down here to the biggest one right here. So if you can see what I did, I took the whole belt and I looped it all on top. It didn't do any loops for the top pulleys, okay? All on top. Once you got it all on top, I went ahead on the driver pulley right here. I went down to the bottom and I looped it up over our fan pulley, our fan clutch, and then I went all the way down around to our biggest crank pulley right here, and then I left it loose right there because this piece right here where the V ribs are pointing towards you is going to go over the tensioner. Okay, if you take a look on this side, it's going to loop all the way down here. And this part right here, the part that I left loose, is going to go over this tensioner. Okay, maybe start over here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and install our fan shroud here along with our fan, but you're going to notice this tab right here and this tab right here are going to sit inside the groove. See that? And there's one on the other side too. See the groove? So you're going to go ahead and slide your shroud in here without the fan. You don't need to because you're going to leave it loose. You just want to make sure where the tabs are. You want clear visibility where the tabs are. I'm going to go ahead and notice where the tabs are, and I'm going to keep this open so I could shove my fan right in here. Okay, here we go. Fan in here. Be careful with the fins, the fan blades. I'm going to grab my nuts for the fan here, and I'm going to just start screwing them in by hand. Doesn't have to be tight, guys. We just don't want this fan to fall off its studs here. And in order to get to the other bolts, you're going to have to start spinning this fan, and if you find it a little too hard to spin it by hand, you're going to have to get your pry bar and shove it between the bolts here and help it along. Grab my pry bar right here, nudge it between, and I'm going to spin it. There you go. I'm gonna reach for the bottom stud. You guys notice I'm keeping this at 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 3 o'clock, okay? Now while the fan is on, you're gonna go ahead and install the shroud. You're gonna make sure, you're gonna look through here, you're gonna make sure those tabs fall right inside the inserts down there. There you go. It's made it inside its insert. Perfect. You go ahead and place your 10mm shroud bolt in here. Tighten it in by hand. You do the same thing for this side. Tighten the 10mm in by hand. You're going to hit both 10mm at 44 inch-pounds. In order to tighten them, you're going to do the complete opposite. You're going to put your fan back on. You're going to put all the nuts back on. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your pry bar and push it towards the passenger side. Now we're doing the opposite, okay? This is going to go towards the passenger side right here. What you're going to do is you're going to tighten it, which is going to go towards the driver's side. Now you're going to take both of your arms and spread them apart instead of putting them together, okay? Now I'm going to put my overflow tank back in here. Let it sit right there. We're going to attach this to our radiator. Snap all these lines into place. Okay, now we're going to get our 10mm. There's 3 of them that go in here. Let's go ahead and attach these 10mm. After you guys are done with your installation, I want you guys to go ahead and start your vehicle, come back to the engine compartment, use your eyes and your ears to see if anything is off, to see if anything is unusual, and to listen for weird, out of place noises. I want you to get back in your vehicle, drive around, come back to your driveway, turn off the engine, put your hands on every single bolt that you've touched in there to see if anything is loose. What I want to share with you guys at this point is my lessons learned after I finished this installation. If you guys notice, I didn't have my radiator in the engine compartment while doing this video. There's a good reason why. I'm not telling you you guys need to remove the radiator to do the fan belt DIY, because you don't need to. I only did it because I needed good camera angles, and that's the only way I could fit a tripod inside that tight space for you guys to see what I'm doing. But while I was doing that, I noticed an incredibly large opening for my alternator to come out. So what did I do? I removed my alternator and put in another brand new one. Did my alternator need to be replaced? No, it didn't. But I knew that statistically, my alternator was going to fail between 80,000 and 150,000 miles. My truck right now has 120,000 miles. I might as well just do it while everything is already out. Made life so much simpler. Is this taking preventative maintenance a little too far? I don't think so, because I know by the time I have to do my alternator, I'm gonna have a more difficult time trying to figure out how to weasel that really heavy component out of a very, very tight space. Thank you for joining me on this journey. For all the DIYs for our beloved GX460, I'm going to share all the links of all the things that I bought below the video. And if you're wondering where I got all my torque specs, it wasn't going through Google, and it wasn't trusting other people telling me what the torque specs were. I actually went through my own Lexus repair manual that I got online at emanualsonline.com. I will share you that link also at the bottom of the video, and it was super cheap. It was like 30 bucks. And if you ever need to find anything in that, I don't know, 200, 300, 400 page repair manual for Lexus, all you have to do is go to the top right corner and put in your keyword such as alternator, radiator, and it'll bring you directly to the page where you're going to need to find what you're looking for. Peace out, guys. See ya.